stuff because that character is a really tough role. She goes, when I brought up your name for this, everybody said, no, 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 he's a dramatic actor. And I said, no, he can be funny. Let him be funny on the show. And I came in and she gave me the opportunity to do comedy, which I'd never done before, really. And I think George is a really goofy, funny character. And I learned how to not take life so seriously through his eyes. And so that's why it's such a thing.
Is Anna Portmana, is that right? Anna Portmana, is she here? Oh, that's you, okay. Did I say that right? Okay.
So you all kind of already asked this, but I consider the Hart of Dixie finale to be one of the most satisfying that I've ever seen, even though it was very sad that it was ending. So I was curious if you were satisfied as well with where your characters ended up and how hard was it to film?
It was awesome. First of all, a fully choreographed number. Shooting that music video, basically, along with the Heart, the video of it was just so fun and such an epic way, really, to end the show. I don't know that you could have ended it any other way. I've been on so many shows where the cast is really musically talented, and we're like, wish we could do a musical episode. Well, guess what? In Bluebell, you can. And it's really neat that we were able to do that. I think George fully grew up by the end of that show. He was so much going for him professionally. He had it together in every realm of his life except love. He could not figure out how to open up his heart and how to actually find his other person, you know? And so for me, I don't think it could have ended any better. I mean, he really did. He found his forever person, and so I was satisfied both for the show and for the character that I played. Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, just like piggybacking off of what you said, as far as like George growing up, I think Annabeth also like stood up for herself and realized, I am going to be a nurse. I'm not going to change my life for another, you know, man, but I am going to work towards a relationship. I think she really developed a lot of gumption and grit over the 4 seasons, and it's, you know, you could still be quirky and funny and still be a really strong woman, and I was really happy. And Scott and I just hijinks galore, always trying to like one-up with each other on our ad-libs for our scenes often. Who's gonna be the funniest? Who's gonna get that last line?
I mean, same. I mean, again, to the credit of Lila Gerstein, the creator, and the writers in general, I think they gave all of the characters these wonderful arcs where it actually felt like they all had real growth over the course of 4 seasons, and nobody was kind of left hanging in any weird way. And obviously, you know, that's true for Wade too. And by the end, he was able to stand up to the producers and demand that his shirt stay on for multiple episodes at a time. So that was a big growth.
To the chagrin of the viewing audience.
But yeah, that last episode was insanely fun, and also really sad for all of us. I have a bunch of pictures from that last day we were shooting in the hospital, where we're wheeling Zoe, Rachel down in her wheelchair with the new baby. And I remember just all of us taking photos and hugging each other, a lot of tears, because we knew how good we had it for the last 4 years. And as joyful as it was also really hard to say goodbye to each other, to these characters. I know for me, like, I loved playing Wade. I had so much fun, so it was really hard to say goodbye to that guy who I really cared about, you know.
I was also sad to say goodbye to the best crafty I've ever had in my life. Billy, our crafty guy. Billy, our crafty guy on that show, man. Woo! Billy. Even man, you gotta understand, we all lived like 5 minutes away from Warner Brothers, or 10 minutes away from Warner Brothers, like, for the most part. Like, I got up in the morning and was at work 15 minutes later. I didn't have to leave my house, I didn't have to go to another city. We shot in Los Angeles. I mean, it was, so much about that show was perfect. And yeah, that last day, those last days, we were trying to cram so much in. All that dance, all that choreography, all the singing, and that day especially, we did get to take a beat and just spend time together. And it was just wonderful.
You know what I remember also, I'm just remembering this right now, I remember being somehow, I think 50 Shades of Grey had just come out or something like that. And do you remember I was sitting next to Rachel's hospital bed right before she was delivering, and I was reading aloud to the whole crew long passages of 50 Shades of Grey. Of course, this was in a time where people didn't get fired instantly for that stuff. I probably should have been.
So on the show, I mean, there was a ton of pranks that were pulled.